What is up, y'all? We just finished up day number 5 and I got some freaking fire for you. All right, so first of all, in just 5 days, Hunter, our client, has gone from 11% to 28% closing. 11% to 28% closing in literally just 5 days of training. That's pretty freaking crazy, man. I'm super excited about it. All right, so I want to give you guys a question that is in no other discovery. All right, this is completely unique to me. And this question, I promise you, is going to prevent a lot of objections from happening. So how did I come up with this question? So I noticed that when I was getting objections, I handled a lot of objections one particular way. And I was like, I wonder if I just asked those questions in the discovery, if it would eliminate objections from ever happening, and it did. All right, so I call this 12 months if you do and 12 months if you don't. So basically when you're on a sales call, the client has a fork in the road decision. They can stay the same, they can stay stuck, they can not sign up for your program. Or they can commit to the change that they know they need to make, the reason that they're on the sales call in the freaking first place. All right, so what this question does is it paints that vision for them, and then it ties down their commitment. I'm not gonna give you too much because I want you to watch the training. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's get into the training. You're gonna wanna take notes for this one. This one is extremely powerful, once again, if you want to prevent objections. All right, let's get into it.
What's up, friend?
How are you?
Come on, man. Let's freaking go. You close another?
Let's go. Yes, sir. So,
Talking about.
waiting on a couple more. But we'll see, man. I feel good.
Yeah, brother. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Congrats, man. Seriously, that's awesome. When's the last time you were at 28%?
Dude, I wasn't like tracking super well most of the year, so I don't know, but probably like earlier in the year, I would say. But yeah, man, I feel really good. So
What
it's
would you
been
say is the number one change?
uh man, I think the questions we've been asking in this script, there's a lot of that stuff where because I haven't been like any more hardcore with objections at all, you know. So I think your theory is proving true of like discovery is everything, you know. So even just changing that, spending a lot more time there, kind of getting them to that place, has been, yeah, dude. I think that's huge, man. So I think once we're like, you know, better with objections, but even then, I feel like it's like they're already addressed by the time you get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And I've tried to do that in the past, but I just never really found a good system to do that, right?
Dude,
So
I get very little objections. But man, imagine this on top of
I know.
objection handling, on top of getting
Yes.
that fucking call in under an
I
hour.
know.
You're gonna die.
Plus, yeah, dude, plus like all new ads and, you know, better leads, you know what I mean? Even that, I'm like, dude, it's gonna be crazy. So
Yeah, game changer. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. You cool with that? What we're gonna do today, so we got to kill two birds today.
yeah.
One, this question here, 12 months if you do, 12 months
Hmm.
if you don't, and then the last one's gonna be that needs section.
Yeah.
So on Monday, like I said, we'll go through. I'll treat it more like a test. We'll go through the
Yeah.
whole entire discovery. If you crush it, flawless, we'll move on to the next thing. All right, let's get into the purpose of this one.
Cool.
So. The way I came up with this is how I was handling a lot of objections. Because
Yeah.
really, at the end of the day, the sales call is like that fork in the road, right? They can stay
Hmm.
stuck or they can go the other direction and make the change. So I was like, man, if I'm using this to handle objections, why don't I just bring it into the discovery?
Right.
And when I did, it was such a big difference. So really, in this section, what we're doing, remember, we're coming out of that tried section. So the way that I like to say it is I like to set the frame exactly how I just did with you. I said, hey, look, the way that I view it is today you have a fork in the road decision, right? You can go left, which is staying the same, right? Nothing changes. You know, you still are dealing with XYZ. Or you can go right and finally commit to the change that you know that you need to make. So I want to paint this out. All right. 12 months down the line, if nothing changes at all, what does your life look like? What else? What else? What else? Right? The same thing with all the other questions. Get them to say, you know what? I think that's it. All right. Then you flip it and you say, all right, let's go positive now. 12 months from now, you know, you're down the 100 pounds, you're experiencing XYZ. What does life look like then? What else? What else? What else? Then dramatic pause when they say that's it. Lean in and say, and are you willing to settle for anything less than the perfect vision that you just painted for me?
Mm.
They're going to say no, and boom, right? Another soft sale. All right, so that's that section, right? This one's really powerful. Once again, it really puts everything into perspective of like, this is why I'm here today, and this is the decision I have to make. All right, then to finish off the discovery, it's very simple. You're just going to say, "Great." And before we get into the presentation, I just want to hear like, what do you think you need in order to reach this goal? This one, there's really nothing too strategic about it. Like you're actually just going to get a list of things that they need,
Yeah.
but it is helpful information to know because when you have that and then you go into the presentation, and if they said they need strategy and accountability, right? You
Right.
really highlight those things in the presentation, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's like a match made
Mm.
in heaven."
Yeah,
Blah
yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah.
I love
Right?
it.
And then you just do the recap. Um, the purpose of this is just to show that you're a good listener, right?
Yes. Yep.
Every coach has to be a good listener, and this is just pretty much running through the
Right.
whole entire discovery. All right, any questions on that?
No, this makes perfect sense, man. I like it.
You feel solid?
Yes. Yeah, let me make
All
sure I have
right, my
everything.
friend. Yeah, let me just set it up on mine as well, and then we'll get ripping on that.
There we go. Got it. Okay. I should be good here.
Okay, just give me 1 second. All right, let's do it. And let's treat this as just do both questions.
Okay.
Like do the 12 months and then do the needs, do the recap, and we'll call that one rep.
Got it. Okay. Perfect, man. All right, man. So I want to project like 12 months out into the future. How do you think your life?
Sorry, really quick. I just
Yeah.
wanna build good habits. Let's do the fork in the road paint.
Fork in the road. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know that's not what the script says, but let's just paint that vision.
Yeah. So basically, in that kind of scripting, be just like, well, man, this is kind of like where you're at. This is a fork in the road, right?
Yeah,
So
I would
like,
just say like today's call, I really view as like a fork in the road decision for
okay.
you.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
either go bop bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure, man. And then, does it matter like your context, like the information? We'll get that.
Just make it
Okay.
up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, I really think today's call is a fork in the road for you, man. I mean, there's kind of this route you can go, and I mean, we get you on track. Like, you get the discipline back, you get the consistency back, like your fire back. We lose the weight, we build the muscle, all that kind of stuff. Or there's the other route, right, where you basically keep doing what you're doing, and none of that stuff happens. And my fear is that it gets worse, actually, right? So, I want to project out like 12 months into the future, man. So, do you think your life would how do you think your life would look 12 months from now if you keep going down this path?
Man, I mean, I would imagine it would pretty much just look the same.
How so?
Yeah. Well, as you alluded to, I've kind of lost the consistency and the discipline, and I still need to lose that 50 pounds. But imagine if a year from now nothing changed, I probably wouldn't be 50 pounds. It'd probably be closer to pushing 100 pounds at this point. And yeah, I would just continue to be just down on myself.
Yeah. What else?
Good, 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 good. I'm being vague. Yeah, well, man, I'm already starting to experience like signs of depression.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like isolating from friends, isolating
Mhm.
from my wife and my kids. And a year from now, if I continued, I don't know what would happen, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, that's the exact word I wanted. No, I think that's it.
Okay. Great, man. I hear you, man. And let's that's kind of dark, obviously. So let's flip it and go positive now. So, what would your life look like 12 months from now if you did commit to this? Like you committed, you went all in, you reached the goal, you accomplished it. Like, what would your life look like?
Man, 12 months from now, if I was down to 50 pounds, had the consistency, had the discipline, I would imagine I'd have that feeling of just being on fire, right? Like, and I miss that feeling. I had that in my early 30s, but in my 40s, I just don't have that at all.
Mm. What else? What else comes to mind?
Well, I mean, just having that feeling of being on fire, I'd probably have, more sexual relations with my wife.
Hmm.
Obviously, we just like haven't been having any of that recently.
Hmm.
Probably be playing with my kids more, have a better connection with them. Probably would be in the Bible more, would have more energy for, prayer and going to church. Uh, Man, I mean, like, I've been so far removed from all that, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how it would feel, but I would imagine it'd be amazing.
Dude, absolutely, man. What else comes up?
I would say that's pretty much it.
Dude. So, man, are you willing to settle for anything less than that perfect vision?
No, man, I don't think I am.
No, no, man. Okay. Well, man, I'd love to help you get there, man. These are huge goals. I love this. So, man, I mean, before we get into talking about what we have going on here at Monolith Movement, man, what do you feel like you need in order to reach your goal once and for all?
Well, I really need a program that's gonna hold me accountable. I know
Mm-hmm.
that for a fact, because I always tend to slip back on my word. I 1000% would like a community of other like-minded men who are going through the same thing, and just structure. I thrive off of at work. I thrive off of structure, and I'd imagine it'd be the same here too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, dude. Well, man, that's awesome. Based on our convo, I 100% think that we can help you. And man, before I share my screen and walk you through how we do what we do, I'd love to just recap everything we discussed so far. Right. So, man, please let me know if I miss anything, but I just want to make sure we're good to go. But your goal is to lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months. You want to get some muscle built back. You want to get some discipline back. You want to have this fire back, right? This layer of depression we kind of want to push back. But man, the reason you want to lose those 50 pounds, right, is so that you just feel back, like you have your fire back, right? The biggest challenge to reaching that is the accountability, the systems, the support, the structure, the community, right? Um, and you've tried a lot of things, but nothing's worked. But you feel like you need some structure, some systems, some accountability to be successful. Is that about right?
Yeah, man, couldn't have said it better myself.
I love
And
it, dude.
that's people will say, you'll crush the recap when people say, like, literally, you took the words out of my mouth, or
Okay.
couldn't have said it better myself. Like, they actually genuinely will be impressed if you dominate the recap.
Yes. Okay. I love that.
Cool. All right. How
Some
did
good
that?
notes there.
I thought it was pretty smooth for a first rep. What did you think?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of just like reading through. It's kind of jumbled, but I think I'll get this a little bit more like bulleted out, and I think it'll be pretty straightforward. I like it. It feels good, man. Yeah.
Cool. Let's rip it again.
Yep. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Well, man, I really feel like this call is kind of a fork in the road for you, right? I mean, you can go down this route and a lot of things change for you, or you can go down this route and at best they stay the same, man. I'm more
Really
worried that,
quick, I'm gonna pause you.
yeah, yeah.
I want you to bring up this analogy throughout this whole entire question. So
Okay.
you're setting the frame now, but when you go to like the 12 months, if you don't, say like, all right, let's imagine you go down the path of deciding that today's not your day, you're not going to commit to this.
Yeah.
Right? What would like, yeah, and then contrast that on the other one. All right, now it's, see, you're going down the path that you are committing to this. Kind of keep that visual throughout the whole entire
The
question.
fork in the road. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I
let's
like
start
that.
from the top.
I like that. Well, man, I really feel like this call is a fork in the road for you. There's one route where, I mean, you get moving, you make a decision, you go all in, and a lot of beautiful things happen, right? There's another road where, I mean, dude, at best, you keep getting the same results, right? I'm more worried that at worst, these things get a lot worse for you, okay? So I want to project out like 12 months in the future, man. If you take this road where, you just keep doing the same thing, don't go all in, man. Like, how do you think your life and your fitness, your mindset would look like 12 months from now if you keep going down that path?
Well, I'd probably go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably definitely go backwards.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
You're gonna get almost every time you're gonna get a brief answer like that.
Mm-hmm.
So just be prepared for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what I mean by that is, I keep doing this whole yo-yo thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like all in, it's a challenge, 30 days sprint. And
Yeah.
then I dominate it, and then 30 days later, I'm right back to where I was, or even a little bit worse.
Mm. What else comes up?
Well, I don't think that's the proper example to set for my kids. I mean, I actually have young daughters, and
Mhm.
everything that I've heard is like, if they watch that this is the way that I treat myself, and specifically with food, that they may have a bad relationship with food as well.
Mm. What else, man?
Well, I would just feel really shitty about myself if,
Mhm.
they grew up and, they developed like, eating disorders or disorderly behavior with their health and fitness in their body as a result of, kind of my disorder here.
Yeah. What else, man? Tell me more.
Um, well, I mean, that would really just attack my confidence, but outside of like the whole image thing, like personally, like there's a lot of hobbies I used to do. I used to like
Mhm.
be really into hiking and fishing and hunting, and all that requires, my physical fitness. And
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid to like go out deep into the woods and
Yeah.
hunt. Like, what if I have a heart attack or
Mhm.
something like that? So
Mhm.
I would say that would be the other component.
Yeah, man. Does anything else come up for you?
That pretty much sums it up.
Okay. Okay. Man, I hear you. So let's flip it and go positive, man. Let's go down this road where you go all in, you take control of the situation, and you get your head in the game. Okay. So, how would your life and your fitness look 12 months from now if you did commit to this and reach this goal and actually accomplish it?
Well, I mean, if I accomplished the goal, I was down to 70 pounds
Mhm.
that I need to lose. One, I'd be a great example for my daughters, right?
Mhm.
Um, Outside of the whole like setting a good image for like eating and fitness, I also
Mhm.
want to show them what a good man looks like. So when they grow up and get married, they know what to look for. Um, and that's really important to me, man. I
Mhm.
mean, I keep coming back to that. That's like
Yeah,
number one.
absolutely, man. Tell me more. What else comes up?
I'd be able to do my hobbies again,
Mhm.
hunting, fishing, and I feel like that would make me feel more like myself. I
Mhm.
haven't been and feeling really much like myself lately. A lot of
Yeah.
just sitting on the couch and watching TV and
Yeah,
stupid shit like that.
absolutely, man. What else comes up?
Those are really the biggest two.
Cool. Man, I love it. So are you willing to settle for anything less than that perfect vision?
No, I don't think so.
No. No, man. So, man, there's a big fork in the road. I want these things for you, okay? And before we get into talking about what we have going on at Monolith, like, what do you feel like you need to reach this goal once and for all?
Well, you probably hear this a lot, but strategy and accountability for
Mhm.
sure. Reminder of my vision, I would say,
Mm,
is another big one.
yeah, I love it, man. Well, man, based, would you dig more there, or
No,
you just take that as good? Okay.
the need question is fine just to get a list.
Okay. That's what I figured. Okay. Well, man, based on our conversation, I 100% feel like we can help you out. Before I share my screen and kind of walk you through all the ins and outs, I'd love to just do a recap of everything we've discussed so far. So please let me know if I've missed anything. But your goal is to lose 70 pounds in the next 12 months, right? The reason you want to do that is because you want to feel like yourself again. You want to lead your daughters well, show them what a man looks like, right? You want to get back into these hobbies, hunting and fishing, feeling good, feeling safe, getting out there in the woods and on the water. And man, the biggest challenge to reaching that is just the strategy, the accountability, the support, the leadership, all those kinds of things, man. You've tried a lot of things. You mentioned you kind of go in and out and just kind of, throw in the towel early and nothing really sticks, man. And so you feel like you need, again, just like clear path, accountability, support, structure, in order to be successful. Is that about right?
100%.
Awesome.
Dominated it. Crushed
Cool.
it. Man, you're making me question like, man, how many more reps do I have to do with them? Because you're really crushing this. All right, so this is the completed discovery. All right,
Okay.
we've gone through ad nauseum every single question.
Yep.
Do you have any questions on the discovery, or do you feel pretty solid about like the structure we have?
I feel really solid on the structure. Yeah, the structure is great. Like I think just the order of everything is really good. Like I had that guy yesterday I messaged you about, and it was just kind of hard because he just like was not giving me anything. So I was like,
Yeah.
that way I feel like I couldn't like move on because it
What was his
wasn't.
1 to 10?
He said he was a 6 or a 7
Okay.
because he couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't see that other reality, right? And so I
Yep.
kind of dug into that a little bit, and
That's imposter syndrome.
yes, for sure. I
Here.
was just kind of like, man, I mean, yeah, it was interesting, but I'll send you that recording, but yeah.
Yeah, please do. Did you fish that out? Because like sometimes they won't say fear, but I'll just
Mhm.
say like, okay, cool. So, maybe experiencing a little fear, imposter
For sure,
syndrome.
for sure. This
Is that-
one, he was definitely more type A. Like he's a business owner, like young dude, business owner, like has money, like does really well with whatever he does. But this was just the thing that he's never like mastered, And so I think I was just, pressing hard of like, the typical like, man, I'll go and do like a 5K or like a half marathon, and that's my training, that's my health, And I'm like, well, I mean, that's fine, but like the rest of your life is a mess, and then you're like, oh shit, I have like 2 months to get ready for this thing, and I'm like, dude, we need to get you to like a way better just baseline, and that's not going to happen, So it's just a lot of that kind of stuff, but
Yeah, fight
um,
directness with directness.
absolutely,
Doesn't mean
absolutely.
be a dick, just means
No, it
equally
was
be
yeah,
direct.
it was just like, dude, yeah, I mean, you're not really going to get there, and it's fine,
Right. But
but it's it's like I think there's and you tell me if this is wrong, but there's kind of I always want to point out like the positives of like, well, bro, like you've crushed it here, man. Like you have that in you. You have that grit. You have that determination. Like if you want that to happen, um,
if you feel they lack self-confidence, I would say yes.
yeah,
But just gassing them up may also make them think they don't have a problem
for sure.
if they don't struggle with self-confidence.
Yes, yeah, because it was kind of like that, but the reality is that you're still 30 pounds overweight here, right? So like, and that hasn't been fixed, So, um, yeah, so
That's the beauty of that 1 to 10 question, because
for sure,
you can have a dud of personality wise,
yeah,
but then you get to the 1 to 10 and like numbers, right? If he says he's
absolutely,
10 out of 10, then great.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely,
but
absolutely,
that is pretty telling that he had a dud personality and was a 6.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, with that one, I would have probably called out the fear if you didn't, and
Mhm.
just see how he reacted to that, and
Yeah.
then tried to tie it down.
Cool. Okay.
And
That's helpful.
if he didn't react well to it and kind of got defensive, maybe he's not a great client.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's helpful.
Okay, so in order, the last thing I'll say before I let you go today, I know with your script that you sent me, you have a lot of different like unique touches to it that are relative to your client.
Hmm.
In order for this discovery to work specifically with the time, which honestly, dude, your close rate, if you just cut the time down, your close
Hmm.
rate would be so much higher than it
Yeah.
is. I sent a voice memo about that, so I
Yep.
won't go too deep about that. Um, but we got to follow this path
Yes.
to a
I
T.
like it. I like it.
So, but I also want you to feel like you're having your unique frameworks that you have with your specific script.
Yeah.
So, my suggestion, because I looked at your presentation as well, your presentation does a pretty good job of like talking about your philosophy.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you agree with that?
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
and it's always one of those things where it's like I'm very heady, and this stuff can get very like philosophical for me, and so
Yeah.
it's always a struggle to kind of distill that down into just like one-liners, But I think in
Right.
that way, I think it does a good job.
Okay. So, do you feel comfortable moving forward using this as your discovery?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Can we, while I have you, I know we have some extra time. Can you actually just put that on your script right
Yep.
now?
Yep. I already had it copied, dude. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah, it's already there?
Let me make sure. Yeah, let me go back to this. Hold on. Be sure I got the most updated. Boom, boom, boom.
And I'll know,
Whoa.
bro. I'm gonna get that call recording and I'll know if you're doing it.
You'll know exact. No, I've been going. Yeah, this part has been nailed, and it was kind of like I would get to like the rest of what we had done and moved over, and I was just like, shit, man, I wish I had the rest of this right now.